If you ever have to beg someone to love you, run. Tonight, we discuss episode 4 of 90 Day Fiancé. Before the 90 days, stay with us.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
So, this is Darcy and her sister, Stacey.
Okay.
Guys, I'm a superstar. I made it.
Who knew they were singers?
I really made it.
Singers, businesswomen, you know.
What do you think of the song?
It's different.
It's a hit.
It's a club hit, West Hollywood type club.
I could see this in a WeHo club.
Yeah, it'll be, I don't know, it's pretty good. You? Linda, you like it?
She's jamming it.
Yeah,
lock my number in your phone. I don't know. It's I can see it in the club for sure.
Lock your name in my head. How about that? I'm your girl, Alex Bowers here.
Ooh, I like that.
Yes.
Hashtag winning. Hey guys, I'm Stacey Olivas.
Hey guys, Linda Anwi here. We are Matt.
Yes, and we got a lot for What Do You Think? I got some good questions,
Yep.
and then we got news and gossip.
Nice.
What did you guys think about the episode altogether?
It was better than the last one.
Really?
Yes, I think it was a lot better.
I thought it was a lot slower.
I thought it was a lot slower. These episodes are so long. I feel like they can condense them and make them a little faster.
No, I agree, because some of the time it's just like them, like we said last time, just draining it out or stretching everything out.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff you can finish in one
I don't need to see you walking up those stairs for 10 minutes. I get
That
it.
is true.
I get it. It's high up there.
We get it. It's a small place.
It's
that
15
they're
minutes.
living.
I'm still watching you walk up the stairs.
Right.
Okay.
Or grocery shop and some of the things you can save.
Same.
But let's go ahead and hop on to our first couple. The first couple we saw tonight was Angela and Michael.
Oh.
So Angela actually got to meet his mom, as we know.
Yep.
And she makes her snails. And first, before we get into the snails part, what did you think of their interaction?
I thought the mom was being kind because that's kind of like the social etiquette in Africa. Just you're welcoming someone into your home. So I thought that was what was going on.
Yeah, I thought the mom was really respectful and nice and welcoming and didn't make her feel awkward, even though if she didn't like Angela, and was not for the situation. I think she handled it really well.
Yeah, she would never say it to her face while she was there.
Well, she was really good at playing it off then, because I would have never she already said that she liked Angela, but I would have never thought that she would have liked her as much as she did. And was it the aunt that came out too behind the mom? She met
friend.
two people, a friend.
Yeah.
And then she's like, "Oh, my girl," They were
They're
very,
really
welcoming,
very loving.
But for her to be a white woman, and the moms, and he talks about Nigeria this, Nigeria that, I just thought because she wasn't Nigerian, maybe they wouldn't take it too well. But I mean, it was pretty.
I think it's
It just doesn't matter.
Yeah, I don't think that matters. I think it's more about just being welcoming, and whoever it is, you're going to be kind and welcoming them to your home.
Because I think he was pretty nervous about how they would accept her too, though.
Oh,
right?
for sure.
I thought Angela would have been more nervous. I feel like she was pretty confident going in there.
When she gets
I would have been
nervous, she just
so-
talks
Yeah. And jokes
giggles.
around.
Yeah.
Yeah, lots of jokes.
Yeah. But I like
jokes.
that about her. If I do like anything, because you know how I feel
Yeah,
about
she's bubbly.
Angela. She is pretty bubbly.
She's bubbly, enthusiastic, fun. But she needs to tone it down there.
She definitely does, especially when we got to the snails part. And she asked him, she acted like she couldn't finish it first off.
That was
You can
horrific.
chew and just swallow the food. Just take one bite. I just thought that was really disrespectful. And then to kiss him, to the way you transferred it to his mouth in order to get it out of yours, grossed me out. What, Linda?
I mean, first of all, so the one thing that I don't like about this show is how it sensationalizes third world countries. So we saw it in 90 Day Fiancé with the feet, and then here we're seeing it with snails. I mean, there's so much in culture and culturally diverse food in everywhere in the world, but you choose the one thing that's going to be shocking to people. Obviously, if this woman's a burger and fries person, eating snails for the first time in Nigeria is going to be outrageous to her. It's going to be outrageous to anyone, but that's not the traditional only food that they could have chosen. But I feel like the production has something to do with it, and that's unfortunate because exposing the world to a culture that maybe a lot of them don't know anything about, and you're doing a stereotype, and I think that that's not okay.
And it's not something common, so
Yeah,
it's just
so-
disrespectful.
exactly. And then, so the second part of my little rant here is, I think that Angela, she's like a 50-plus-year-old woman. She should have known better. And I think that, like, kiss me to get it out of my mouth. Just be like, I don't like it, or just swallow it, or whatever. But the mom saw that, and the mom even said, well, I like her besides the food.
Yeah, that was like one of the first things.
And
she
I
said.
think that just shows to her maturity level. Because like I was saying before, she's like a teenage girl. Like how she runs around, how she dresses, everything. She's all giggity, giggity. And I think that that was another way that she was just immature. Like who does, I would not do that. I'm a lot younger than her.
Right.
Who does that
And even like her
at that age or any age? It's
her
just
interaction
crazy.
with his friends was kind of immature for me too. Like I know I say this, I get anxiety from everything, guys. Literally anything will give me anxiety, but my anxiety level every time she meets someone just inches up a little bit because of just how she acts, like this like little girl. Like, what's up? What do you think of us? Are we cute? Oh my God, kiss. Like, come on. And then like she's like putting him on the spot. Ask him why he doesn't have my picture in his phone or whatever. And then like they told him, they told her, and then it still wasn't good enough. Like I just feel like he's lying. I mean, I may agree with that. Like maybe they covered their butts with that, you know? But at the same time, it's just like really annoying. I just am not a fan of Angela.
I think she's ignorant. Like we were saying, kind of
100%.
ignorant. And like when you go to another country and you're trying to like fit in, you're trying to win this family over, you don't act like that. You don't come off so like abrupt. Like you don't come off so aggressive. Tone it down, calm down, be respectful, and know your place.
Yeah. And she was disrespectful when they went to the market.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I think the
bugged
theme
me
of this
so much.
episode was lost in translation. And I think that's what happened when she was saying to the lady, she's a bigger girl. She didn't really necessarily want to try on any clothes. And his word for bigger was fat,
Yeah, she's
in my opinion. Do you really think he meant it that way? Or
no.
it was the translation?
The language
The
barrier?
language barrier.
I think it was the language barrier. I think
think
he
so,
didn't
too?
mean
Yeah,
that.
I mean,
yeah.
I think we talked about it last week. I don't think that he was saying, he was saying like she's bigger and bigger, fat, whatever. He was saying that the clothes that are on the shelves right here, she even said that she didn't want to like try them on, or first of all, she was like, it's just not for me, and I'm American and all of this, which I just thought was super ignorant of her because he's trying to expose her to his culture. But he was saying like the stuff that's on the rack is not going to fit her.
Yeah.
That's what he meant by that.
Right.
But she can always get something made there. That's a common occurrence.
Yeah.
In Nigeria.
He was just being direct. Yeah.
He was being direct, but he was trying to just show her like these are the customs because couples wear the same outfits, matching outfits. So maybe we can find, something that you like so that we can match.
Right. And I think she got really lucky that Michael is who he is and has this like more bubbly personality, because after she slapped him, and like we said in an African country, like, what? Did I say Africa? Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
what?
It's just disrespectful.
in
like
front of people.
in front. Well, you shouldn't be doing that to anybody.
Anyone.
Behind
Yeah, you
closed
should-
doors.
yeah.
It's abusive.
Yeah.
Like, come
Yeah.
on.
Don't put your hands on
You
anyone.
don't put your hands
period.
on people, and then especially you're in a foreign country and you're trying to fit in. You're trying to make this relationship work. Why would you slap him? This is like what, the second day meeting him?
Yeah.
And we also have to remember too, though, that she's never left the country, right? This is her
Right.
first trip abroad, and I think that you may have brought it up, or maybe with
Yeah.
Stacey, but she's kind of like Nicole, where she didn't do any research for where she was going, and she's just like in her small framed box mind saying, I'm American, yes, I'm abroad, but I'm American, and it's gonna fit the way I want it because I'm American, that whole
Right.
thing.
Girl, America's
It's
small.
like, it's like you need to like just expand your mind a
Yeah.
little bit.
Yeah.
Learn a little something. Open your mind to culture and diversity and some change.
And that's all he wanted. He kept saying like, "But you're in Nigeria."
Yeah.
Well, I didn't agree with this. Agree to this when I came over. I'm not changing. Basically, is what she was saying.
Yeah. And Coffee Time in the chat was saying, yeah, I'm surprised she wasn't arrested for the slap.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the ladies were just looking like, "What in the world is
Yeah.
going on here? Come on, do better." But yeah, we definitely got our-
Definitely some Nicole vibes. Definitely
for
some
sure.
bulldozing vibes.
Yeah, definitely get some happily ever after vibes. Goodness. I still agree with some of the people that I've paired these people up with. They do compare her to Danielle as well.
Crazy Danielle?
Crazy Danielle.
I don't think she's crazy. I just think that
Really?
I don't get a crazy vibe from her. I think she's just loud and a little bit ignorant.
Yeah,
And why wouldn't you want to wear the Nigerian clothing? Why wouldn't you?
I know.
I mean,
You're
think that,
marrying someone, you want to marry someone from this culture. Why would you not want to embrace it and make it a part of your life also?
my take on it, though, too, is that she has her own insecurities. I mean, we all have insecurities, but I think that she brought hers up where she's like, I'm a little bigger in the chest, a little bigger in the waist. And I think that, and she even said she felt insecure, right? So that's why she got so mad when Michael, quote unquote, called her fat. But she's the one that brought it up about the clothing. And then he just reinforced it because that's what he heard from her. Right?
Yeah.
So I think that maybe it's not that she doesn't want to wear it. Maybe she's insecure that it's not going to fit her.
Oh, because there's no elastic. and
Yeah,
stuff
I
in
can
it.
see
There's
that
none.
point too. Yeah.
I was supposed to wear my outfit. I totally forgot.
Oh,
Darn it, you're wearing it
Next week.
next week. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, go ahead and tell us about the wonderful shows here at AfterBuzz.
Yes,
other than just
guys,
ours.
there's a lot more drama here at AfterBuzz in our shows. Not in the studio, in our
No,
shows.
in the shows.
So, hey, AfterBuzzers, our network produces after shows for nearly all your favorite TV shows, from dramas, reality TV, sci-fi, and more. There is no network that works harder to serve television fans. But we need your help. We're asking that you please subscribe to one or more of our YouTube channels. By subscribing to our channel, YouTube will suggest content that's tailor-made for you. Excuse me, and help AfterBuzz continue to grow. And if you're worried about pesky notifications, don't be, because they're optional. Those things can get so annoying. So hit that subscribe button now for this channel and check out our other AfterBuzz TV YouTube channels as well. Let us know you did so in the comments, and we'll thank you on air. Shout outs, guys. For now, thanks for being the best fans and for helping us be the ESPN of TV talk. And I want to shout out some of our people on live chat. Azul Roman for joining us. Coffee Time. Full O Wits. I love your name. Thanks so much for joining us, you guys. We love hearing your opinions. And you can also share your opinions and comment on iTunes and rate us and give us 5 stars. And then sign up for another account and give us another 5 stars.
Yep.
And you guys, hit us up join us right now in the live chat. Hit us up on the YouTube comments. We love
And we already know, speaking of that, what's going on with Darcy and Jesse. We know they're not together anymore, but we're going to pretend they are right now. We're just going to go off of what we've seen so far on the episode. The social media argument is what we start with. I feel like this couple is just like an emotional roller coaster. They go from, I love you, and this is just so great, and look, it's so beautiful, and enjoying the time, to leave me alone, and just tearing each other down.
I feel like whenever she shows she's kind of excited or happy, he puts her down.
Yeah, he's
Every time.
Abusive. Every time.
He's emotionally abusive to her.
Aggressive.
He can't even
So
take
abusive.
a joke. She can't even say, oh, fold your pizza, because that's what they do on the East Coast. And he's screaming at her, well, not screaming at her, but telling her that's poor etiquette.
Yeah.
Chill out. Take several seats and just chill out.
Take a joke.
The way you're disrespectful for her is poor etiquette. That is not, that's rude, and it's not a good relationship.
And it's really hard to believe that he's 24 because he's just so uptight and
Yeah.
down. It's just
Domineering.
ew. Most 24-year-olds are just
chill.
free,
Yeah, let's
chill.
go with the
yeah.
flow.
Yeah. No, he's a jerk.
I just get really bad vibes from him. And then we get to the car ride, and she says, I just need to get over here because you're elbowing me. I was a little upset with her only because if you just feel a little uncomfortable, just scoot over. You don't have to say your every move, especially if you know how he is. And then but I still don't think that he should have went off on her the way he did.
No, I think there's so much tension that's her way of reacting to the situation and kind of fighting back with him. Oh, I'm so annoyed by you. Because he's constantly putting her down. He's constantly nitpicking at her,
All the
criticizing
time.
her for
Yeah. All the
everything. Anything to make her feel bad about herself. Because she has more than him. Sorry to, she's, she has more going for herself than him.
And that's a sign of someone who's controlling. Do you know what I mean? If he's continually and always putting her down and always commenting and it's always something negative. I wrote some notes start acting your age or restructure your life. Your behavior is immature. He's basically saying Darcy has to fix herself, and it's always her, and it's never him. And he's the one that's 24 years old. She's a grown woman. She has a business. You know what I mean? It's not like she's brand new. She might be immature a little bit,
Yeah.
but he's picking at her insecurities as well.
I agree.
Do you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
and she's trying to better herself, and she takes his criticism, but it's constant. It's like all the time.
Yeah.
And then he turns around and is like, baby, I love you though.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Which it's very rare
don't-
that what we have, it's a once in a lifetime thing.
I don't understand. Is she just with him because it's just an attraction, or just to have someone? Because I wouldn't even have a friend like that. If you're not happy for me, then kick rocks. Get out of my life.
I don't know. I just think she's like, you even, come on. I'm 23. I know when to leave a situation. And I just feel like at this age, like Darcy, like but I feel bad at the same time because he does like play with her. Like he'll be really mean and then like, I love you though.
That's abusive. That's
It's
emotional
abusive.
abuse right there.
It's like really sad to see the whole thing play out.
I'm just really sad to watch her waste her time with him.
And then begging for love. That really like got to me and like actually hurt my feelings. If you have to leave, like I said at the beginning, run. I mean, if you have to beg, run. Like they're not for you. It's not worth it. At all.
I agree.
Yeah.
Philo Wood said he's Euro chill. That's hilarious.
And also Roman said, yeah, European people are different about etiquette. Darcy and Jesse are the payola of this cast. She's with him because she's aging in fashion industry and needs some arm candy.
Aww.
I don't know about all that.
You guys.
But that is funny. But I don't.
That was a good, like, a little
that was a
clever,
good-
remark.
What do you guys think of her and Jesse meeting Stacey, her twin sister? in
I
that
think he had more
situation?
chemistry with Stacey. Is that weird? I just
I
felt
think
like
he did that on purpose.
Listen, I feel
to
like
make her feel bad.
Stacey was, if they were together, he would have met his match. Because I just feel like she's one of those girls that like she's strong, a lot stronger than her sister.
You know what? I have to agree with you. I think that she was very interested in that relationship. And I think that she was picking at it a little bit more than just like the sister would, I guess. So, I think there's going to be more to this little threesome.
You
Yeah.
think?
Yeah, for
No.
sure.
You think there's going to be
100%.
some flirtations between the sister and him?
I mean, who knows? But we already know that they're not together, right?
Please
Listen,
don't say that.
If anyone can handle him and put him in his place, it's the sister.
But I think that's just another way of one of his abuse tactics.
But he
kind
can't
of
use it on the
like-
sister.
No, I know, but to like flirt with someone else to make her feel even worse about herself.
Flirt with her sister. I don't think he was flirting.
And
I
that's
think
what
he
we're
was
kind
being
of
put-
like
her
be
twin
fun.
sister, like showing her attention,
And
right?
knowing that there's competition between the two.
So you think they felt tension?
How much better would it be for him to get into Darcy's head by kind of giving her sister attention and kind of like putting her by the wayside? I mean, there is a competition between them.
Which
This
is weird.
guy is not. He's
It
a
is.
manipulator.
Because they're twins. Like, usually, I don't know, but the twins that I've come in contact with and know, they're usually so tight. And in the limited interaction that I saw with these two, it seemed like there was a little tension there.
Yeah.
I don't know where it stems from, but it was weird to me.
It really was.
Because Stacey
I
said
felt it.
she said she's more carefree and likes to let stuff go, and Darcy's not like that at all. She
Yeah.
likes to hold on to things.
She'll let stuff go, but I feel like she'll put her foot down too.
Yeah.
The sister.
Well, she's not in a the sister's not in a relationship with him, so it's none of real. I mean, it's her business, but not really. And
True.
I didn't like that interaction. I
And
didn't like
later
that dinner.
on, I have some good questions for that special segment dealing with this too.
And then the last part I wanted to bring up too is when they were talking to the producers, and so he's talking directly to camera, and he kept like snapping at her because she was interrupting him. But the way he was doing it, it was so like aggressive,
Jerk.
You know,
it was, I'm
like,
talking, be quiet.
Yeah, and the vibe I got was like, oh, this is my time to shine. It's about me, when really it should be about them.
It's sad.
It was weird.
And he said the dinner went well.
Yeah.
It's like that dinner did not go well.
No.
Nothing was solved. It just made Darcy feel even worse.
Yeah.
Less of a person.
So it went
Agree.
better for him because that's his goal.
Every time I
of the
watch this
relationship.
couple, I get happy when a new couple comes on right after because it's just like a breath of fresh air. I feel like watching Darcy get emotionally abused is like me going through the same thing with her.
exhausting.
It's so exhausting.
Yeah, it's exhausting.
And like right after this, we went into
So sad.
who did we go to? Ricky and Melissa. which I
Well,
was
she's
talking
just
about.
a ghost. So.
She is just a ghost, but it's better than watching bickering all the time.
But I have to tell you, normally I feel that way, but this episode I felt it was all about bickering. Every couple was bickering about something. Like I was like, oh, you guys are getting on my nerves. Like 2 hours of listening to blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
It's not fun.
Yeah, but Ricky didn't have anyone to bicker with.
He had himself.
Ricky, he's got to be sick and tired. One thing I did want to mention though, did anyone peep how he was like, she tried to kiss me and I turned my head?
Yeah,
That
lies.
Liar.
That was an ego thing
Ego
because
booster.
he did not feel great about the situation, and she
didn't.
totally was like, "Argh."
And not just that, I think that he's a little delusional. I think that he has no, seriously.
I think so
he's,
too.
He's
It's
one
just-
of my favorites just because I think that he's like a romantic at heart,
Yeah.
but I also think that he's delusional. And I'm gonna take it back to you never met her. You never even saw her live in video chat. It was all just texting. You kept moving forward even when she was not responding. Then days, you didn't hear from her for days before you went to Colombia, and you still went. You sat and waited for 3 hours. She shows up for 5 seconds, and then the next day you're going to say, oh yeah, she tried to kiss me. And in his mind, he's delusional because he's like, now he thought he did the wrong thing. What wrong thing? Because she didn't try to kiss you. So what did you do wrong?
No, and that's the thing is everyone's kind of like bashing Melissa, but we need to see Melissa's side of the story. Maybe she just talked to him a little bit, and maybe he's like, "I'm in love with you. I
And
saw
he's
your pictures.
aggressive.
I want
Yeah,
to marry."
marry
And she
you.
even said that in the last episode about when she was being interviewed, she was like, "I had to put some boundaries up because he was too much."
Yes.
So I think that's why she's not showing up.
Yeah.
It might be something else. She's young, whatever.
But he thinks he's in love. You don't even know her.
No, and like you're saying, he's delusional. He
Yeah.
thinks like, this is my fairy tale in my head. It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I mean, she just needs to like be part of the equation.
I agree.
Yeah.
And that makes
She
me
needs to
feel
just
bad for
show
him
up.
that he has to like make up scenarios in his head to figure out why she's not there. Maybe it's just you're coming on too strong.
A lot strong.
Like way
A
too
lot
strong.
strong. Because let's think about it. Think about it. You meet somebody online. You've never even seen them in video, and maybe she didn't even invite him. Maybe he was just like, "I'm going to come down there and see you." Mm-hmm. That'd be freaky.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna search for you.
Yeah.
He's like a
or
Nicole.
he probably already hit her with the, I already bought my ticket. I'll be out there. Wait,
Right.
what?
I mean, he already calls her his girlfriend. All around the city, he's like, "Oh, taking
Yeah.
pictures for my girlfriend. I'm going to meet my girlfriend. Flowers for my girlfriend."
She tried to kiss me.
My girlfriend hasn't shown up yet. Like,
Where is she?
stop. Your girlfriend is living her best life somewhere else.
She is probably like out and about partying with guys her own age, doing something,
Yeah.
maybe studying a little too.
And speaking of age, I can't wait to figure out how old she really is.
Yeah.
Because that's
you think
still
we're gonna-
kind of like, I feel like we will.
You think we're gonna even see any more of Melissa?
I think
Yes,
we will.
we'll see her
Really?
again, definitely.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Maybe not next episode, but we're
No,
gonna come
I think
across
we're going to
Melissa
see her again.
I don't think she's gonna show up anymore. I think
she
she's
will.
gonna be a ghost.
She will. So let's go ahead and move into Paul and Karini. Now, she wants the relationship to be stronger and actually says that having a baby will mean that they will stop fighting and be stronger.
And that was also a reason why that he won't leave her, that she won't lose him, is
Yeah.
if they have a baby.
It showed how naive she was. Well, she is, and I feel like her maturity level. Like she's just like super immature.
I think it also showed how kind of desperate she is to come to the U.S.
Yeah, I personally think that she has a game plan, and the game plan is to live a better life in America. And I think that, she might feel a little insecure, but she's putting up with all of Paul's insecurities and craziness and demands to do like tests and this and that and this and that, because I think that she really wants to come to America by any means necessary.
Yes.
And if she has a baby, then they're tied forever. So he
Yeah.
can't go anywhere.
Well, she's
You know
not
what I
doing a
mean?
good
Yes.
job.
That's what it was.
Being lazy is not going to make anyone want to wife you. I know he may seem a little like desperate, like sometimes, but this episode she seemed more desperate than he did.
Well, because she wants to make sure that she's locked down her future,
Yeah.
right? Like her future is like having the American dream.
Right.
But
right?
guys, isn't it so much better too? Because she doesn't really know the language. He doesn't know the language, so she doesn't really have to listen to him that often. I mean, she has to hear like a Google
Listen,
translator.
as long as
but
his
she's
phone
like,
is on, she's gonna hear him.
I know, but it's like, come on, it's
I
a
agree.
lot different than actually hearing someone like.
No, because
think
you still
so?
no.
It's probably more
can, like, tune it
annoying.
out.
It's probably more annoying.
It's more annoying because you have to hear it twice in
Yeah.
a language you don't understand and in the language
Yeah.
that you understand.
It's like, what did you mean by that?
Yeah.
Like, who wants to hear an app talk like that all the time? Yeah. No, I disagree. She's trying to lock down her future.
Yeah, she is.
Obviously, this is a great transition to Hazel and Tariq because they're not. Hazel is straight up about it. Right or wrong?
Oh, she's all the way straight up.
She's straight up about it.
I am not
That's
even
what we're
mad
seeing
at
the
Hazel.
difference.
Like her.
Yeah, and with these couples, we're seeing a lot different stuff this season than last season because other couples were hiding it.
Yeah.
This season, they're like, no,
Straight
I
up
want to
about
come to
it.
America. I want Trump to help me out.
Yeah.
I want a better life. I want more money.
How did you think of Tariq's interaction with her parents?
I think it was a little superficial. I feel like he didn't have to tell them, oh, you're handsome, you're beautiful. Like, it could have been more like, stop on the looks thing. Just say, oh, it's very nice to meet you. You guys seem like great people.
I think he was just like, he's just so.
Basic.
That's the perfect word. Thank you. Like, he just like, and he's just like the weak one. I just feel like he's pretty weak.
I feel like he has similarities to Ricky. So in his mind, he has the beautiful trophy girlfriend, future wife. And so everything is just going to be about how do I get that in my life forever. If I have to like compromise a little bit or kiss butt a little bit or, you know, do whatever I have to do to make that happen, then I'm going to do it. And so for his interaction with her parents, I thought the only word that comes to my mind right now was lazy. Like he just did a little enough to be like, oh yeah, you know, you're beautiful and you're this. Okay, time to go. Let's talk about the issues. Like they're trying to talk about your lack of religion and how important it is to them. And I get that church 6 hours can be overwhelming for someone who's not spiritual, right? But talk about that. Say that. Say, you know, say it, because if this person is supposed to be your life partner, forever partner, this issue is not going away.
Yeah. And
You can go.
No, I feel like it's kind of like showing Americans in a bad light because it's like a contract. Like, I'm going over there. I want you. I'm picking you out of the crowd. You're coming over here, but not really acknowledging the human being behind it and like seeing like these people have families, these people have beliefs, these people have values. Like, you're not even recognizing that. You're just thinking, okay, that's what I want. Like picking it, like, you know,
Yeah.
picking a person like they're, I don't know. It scares me. It scares me.
I'll say, well, you can go.
Go ahead.
I'll say this. I was actually proud that when she said, you know, my parents asked about marriage, at the beginning, he was like, oh, I'm going to marry this girl. Like, this is crazy.
Just like that?
On the bed. Just like that. And then on the bed, he's like, well, I mean, that's something I'd want to do in the future. He kind of switched up his tone once he saw how she was living. So I feel like he does kind of like take in, you know, how she is or how her family is. And then also, I think the theme that I had for the episode again, lost in translation, comes up again because I think he was trying to say that, like, and she just didn't translate it correctly. Like, he was like, I believe in a higher being. I'm just not religious. And then she would say something like, he doesn't have a religion. So it just didn't translate right. And then the parents were just like shook up and things like,
Yeah.
wait, what? So I think it wasn't his fault. I think it was, again,
Translated a lot. Yeah, I saw that
and
too.
Yeah.
But he kind of didn't.
everything.
He didn't like invest in that conversation enough. He kind of was like, "Okay, next.
I
Like,
agree.
let's get out of here. Let's
Yeah.
get married. Let's have babies." Like it's a job application.
What do you mean, Linda?
This relationship is in trouble. It's in trouble because it has a language barrier. It has a faith barrier. They're in it for the wrong reasons. And I mean, he's in it for the trophy wife, but she's in it because she wants a better life, not only for herself, but her entire family. She's like, my family's poor, but if she marries Tariq, all of them can be happy.
Yeah.
So if you put all of that together, that's a lot to overcome.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's gonna have to send money back. I have a friend that's parents did this whole situation and with the Philippines, and they were constantly sending money back home.
She's not messing
That's
around.
what I'm saying. Like, this is like a contract.
Yeah.
She's not messing
I
around.
mean, he's seeing it as, oh, what am I getting out of it? But you need to realize there's a whole thing that's going to go on after
And
this.
this is a package.
Maybe he will.
Exactly.
Maybe he will. You know, I have faith a little bit.
You know what I think? You're gonna throw in his brother in the mix, and it's gonna go off the chain. So
and
we'll
that'll
see.
I can't wait to ask you guys a few questions, and then
I'm excited
get
for
into
his brother
those
to come.
predictions. Like definitely.
And then can we-
But
wait.
that's a little later.
Wait, can we talk a little bit about the church scene?
Yeah, let's get to
Okay,
that
I don't
before we go
wanna
to John and Rachel.
funny.
I kind of feel like how you did with Michael, and how like it just seems like we're kind of like judging, because honestly in the U.S. people catch the Holy Spirit and everything else. So it's just like, because they're doing it in a poor country, that means it's a little weird or anything, you know?
Yeah.
He was coming around, touching their foreheads. Everyone was like catching the Holy Ghost, like, and screaming and stuff. Happens in actual churches, happens in mega churches in the U.S. So
All the
I don't
time.
think
Exactly. People
there
are
should
falling,
be-
All the time.
hitting the ground.
Yeah, I don't
time.
think we should be like, oh, this is just so weird, and he made it such a weird thing. That did annoy me.
Yeah.
It's not weird. I'm
Yeah.
sure he might have grown up in a church. You've been to a church, you know what it is.
I think this was a whole
So,
producing thing
yeah.
that
Yeah.
wanted to make it look a little crazy.
Make it look like
Yeah.
they were having like
Crazy moments.
crazy
when they were
moments.
not.
And
Yeah.
it was not
Yeah.
that. They were enjoying church. I
Yeah.
mean, granted, their service was 5 to 6 hours. A mess. That's just too much for me. It's not a mess,
But
like,
every culture does it
but they
differently.
do
And
it
that's the
differently.
thing about like knowing things about the culture. Did you ask Hazel these questions? Did you get
Right.
to know her more? Did you
Right.
just say, hey, like, was
No.
it very surface basic? Like, come
Right.
on, you want to marry
Like
this
you left
person.
the apartment, you didn't know that you guys were gonna go to church that day. You just thought you were gonna meet the mom and then bounce. So you wore your cut off tank top and your shorts.
yeah.
Like, don't y'all talk? This is the plan for the day.
Yeah.
We're gonna see my parents. They always go to church on Sunday. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
It's
But I think this is
Just
also what you were saying, like kind of like the Ricky situation. It's like goes over his head. It's like a delusional type
No, I
of like
agree.
yep.
cloudy. I don't know. Doesn't really know what's
On
going
another
on.
note, our last couple before we get into news and gossip, I can't wait for that. John and Rachel. He takes her to meet his sister, and I love this sister.
Me too.
I love how blunt she is.
Yep.
Says he's a liar. He's a Pinocchio nose.
Yep.
She's like dead serious too. She knows her brother.
Yep.
And I just feel like she knows it's not going to work. She knows they didn't think this through. Which, I mean, we know that's not true now. Like, they're still together and
Yeah.
married or whatever. But it doesn't mean she doesn't know for future purposes,
Yeah.
like what's actually going to happen.
She knows her brother's maturity level. And
Yeah.
she, like she said, there's been so many girls, one after another. And then even girls that he's dated with kids, right?
Right.
There's been no girls with kids.
He
Really?
said there's
He's-
been like two.
he's- She said two.
And then that's when she said he was lying. He has no experience.
No experience. That's
with
what she
children.
meant by the liar.
Yeah.
How can you trust a liar? Is she not
can't.
seeing this? Like,
You can't.
you can't. Once a liar, always.
And if
What is
that's
that,
the
you
case,
guys?
I wonder if the daddy thing has come up. If he's telling the truth, but the sister says he's lying, has the daddy thing come up before? Where don't
Wait,
call me daddy, because maybe he doesn't want to be called that because he's been called it before.
Let's stick to
Sorry, I
that.
just thought of something else.
Okay.
Stick to that. Stick
Yeah.
to that. And when we get into news and gossip, we'll talk about it more.
Yeah. So I don't know.
I like the sister. The sister had a gang of kids too, huh?
She did.
Yeah.
Welcome in. Welcome
Yeah.
to my house. Get comfortable. Yeah, you're a liar.
Yeah.
Do you really know? Like, and she was trying to give her like a hint too. Like,
Yeah, because most families would have the person's back, but she was actually being real and upfront and direct
yeah,
with
because he's had plenty of
Rachel.
women. But
Yeah. And she's basically like, you guys are still in the honeymoon phase.
Yeah.
You know, like you're going to get bored. She knows her brother. And then what?
bounce.
right. Well,
And then
we kind of know what happens, but I still feel the same way.
no,
It's
but
not
then like
gonna work
when she
for
kept
the end.
asking him too, bringing that up, like, what is Lucy gonna call you? Right, when Rachel was bringing that up to
Yeah.
John,
I think there's a deeper
he's like
reason.
really now he's kind of like backing
Yeah.
off.
But it's funny how I thought, like, as in Nicole last season, I was like, don't let him call her call him daddy. And then this time I'm like, wait, what? Why don't you want her to call you daddy?
Yeah.
It's like, that can never please me, huh?
Well, it's a little
Anyway.
different though because he's been there pre-birth, right?
Yeah.
So we'll see.
So
And he
they
said
say.
like titles don't really matter.
That's what they say.
Do you think the title does matter? Like her,
Oh,
the
she
baby
said
call.
DNA doesn't matter. right?
Oh, she
Yeah,
said that, and then
DNA,
he
he
said
said
titles
that.
don't matter.
But I kind of agreed with him saying, well, even though I'm all over the place, guys. At the same time, I understood like his point of view. I'm like, maybe he thought this through a little bit. Like, if we say that I'm her daddy now, we'll have to explain to her later on. Why not just be honest and let me love her for how she is now or who she is now and
That's
just grow
stupid.
up loving her?
Because what about
Or-
people who
yeah.
are adopted?
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
If you're adopted and you say, this is my mom, this is my dad, and you're adopted for life, guess what? Your whole entire life, you're not going to care. You're going to find out, oh, I've been adopted, but you know what? You're the only parents I've ever known, so guess what? You're my parent.
But
Yeah.
in this part of the show, can he put a ring on it first?
And that's what I think he's scared of.
Yeah.
He's scared that he's going to get locked down, and if he starts, he's going to feel bad because she's calling him dad already.
Yeah.
It's not going to be like the whole Nicole Asin thing. Asin didn't give a crap.
Nope.
John's
It's
kind
all,
of like,
it's all good. We're gonna find out. And we kind
John's
of
like,
already know.
oh,
Yeah.
he's getting cold feet. I
Yeah.
think he's getting scared.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in predictions.
Okay.
What's gonna
right.
happen? Now it's time for news and gossip.
News and gossip.
What do we have, guys?
All right, so this one was so interesting to me. So, guys, this is more proof that Rachel and John are actually still married. We see here that on Reddit, 90 Day Fiancé investigator theorized that the state of New Mexico, where Rachel legally resides, recognized their marriage that took place overseas. It would validate it in the U.S. and might help them secure John's K-1 visa. So it's hard to see in that one. Did we move past it already? Yeah, so but in that blue area, as of June 5th, 2018, they were married.
In New Mexico, right?
In
Wow.
New
In
Mexico.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay, so this next one. Okay, so Paul and Karini. So I'm just going to read exactly what it says. So there's a lady out there online, and there's a ton of stuff, guys, online. And again, thank you, 90 Day Fiancé Savage Edition. There's a mystery lady that said she wants the opportunity to give Karini Martin the whole history of Paul. Paul shared the arrest warrant for violating a restraining order, but not the order itself. So that's what I'm talking about. So what you're seeing here is the restraining order, but not what the order was for. So according to social media sources, the original restraining order was over domestic violence accusations. Paul, however, claims he was the first to file a restraining order. Then his ex followed suit. So remember last episode, he said to the parents that, oh no, he never hurt a woman or animal or whatever. People are saying that that's not true.
So he's showing us what he wants us to see.
And
Yep.
we might actually have him on soon to maybe spill that with us and talk about his side of the story.
bring it,
Maybe.
Paul. Let's talk about it.
Prove us wrong.
This is his mugshot. So here we have Paul. Someone dug up his
This is
mugshot.
not funny, but this
And-
is just like, come on.
And
You,
Jill
these 90 Day
says,
fans.
Jill says,
so
damn,
funny."
look a little creepy. Little Paul, I hope Karini's dad, who was a cop, checks this guy out thoroughly. So again,
He's not going to.
Oh, he's not, because the better life idea.
Yeah.
But again, the history, the backstory,
Yeah.
we don't really know. Okay, guys, so I wanted to ask you two this. Did you guys notice that when they were shopping, that
Damn.
Paul already had a wedding ring on?
Nope.
So,
Wow.
Who found this? You did?
Yeah, I did.
So you screenshotted this when
No,
you
I
were...
screenshotted it from what I found online.
Oh
so
my
basically what they're saying online is that TLC editing, they messed up because you can see here that they already got married. And so perhaps this was like a staged grocery shopping scene. I pulled out the other one, but if you guys go back, you'll see that Karini also is wearing a wedding ring.
Wow.
We've been tricked.
Yeah, so online, Paul's ex has kind of made an appearance, and she says, 90 Day Fiancé, before the 90 days, I am Paul Stahl's, if I'm saying his last name right, last relationship that got him in serious trouble. I would like an opportunity to take Karini and give the whole
Oh my
history
God.
of Paul. People are not as they seem. She doesn't know how dangerous he is. He will try to ruin her.
Oh.
Girlfriend, ex-girlfriend.
My gosh.
Who? Wait.
Paul's ex-girlfriend calls him dangerous, warns Karini.
So what's her name?
They blocked it out.
Girl, speak
So-
out, and Paul, let us know your story too. I
real.
want to
We
compare.
wanna hear it all.
I want
Yeah.
to
We
wanna hear
compare
all.
notes
Yeah.
and see receipts.
Because there's two sides. We want facts.
Yes.
Hashtag facts. There's two sides to every story.
Three
And we want to
sides.
hear it. Three.
Yeah.
Well,
His
Three
side,
sides.
her side, and the
And the
truth.
truth.
and the Lord.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Okay, so then we have another lady, Kat, who's talking about John and Rachel and more confirmation. She says, I'm a TV producer and I have some juicy info. Rachel and John have a marriage license out of New Mexico. They had already met before this was filmed, and Lucy is his baby.
What?
Okay, guys, so this was the big one for me. So if you think about it, it all makes sense. So here we have a couple who had already met. They were in a relationship for over a year. They had acted like they didn't meet. Then they got to go on TLC, and she got to go back to her baby daddy. And that's why that baby is so comfortable with him.
We have been tricked majorly. This is crazy. Do you really think that's the truth?
If
I
that's
think it's the
true,
truth.
it's mind blowing.
This is a fraud. They
And
should
a
get in
game
trouble
changer.
for this if this is true.
I think it's true. Guys, what do you guys think? Do you think it's true?
Take a DNA test.
Show us more evidence.
Do what George couldn't do last season. Give us proof.
Oh my gosh, you guys!
Yeah.
They need to investigate before they put these couples on. This is making me sad.
So
We're being tricked. We're being lied to.
That's the whole theory.
You think it's gonna come out?
I mean, everything always comes out. These online people find out everything.
Yeah.
Was this from Savage? The Savage group.
It was.
Well, that's all the news and gossip that we have for today. That was some good tea. Let me tell you, piping hot tea, Linda.
Linda coming in with the oof.
Woo, and it's
The
time
tea.
for our special segment, our favorite special segment ever.
Yes.
What do you think?
What do you think?
What do you think, fans?
I thought that we were going to get a little jingle, you know. Right there.
We're used to it.
My first question to you guys, you ladies, would you give up your social media for a relationship?
Oh,
For a relationship?
Give up your
relationship-
social media for a relationship. If they don't trust you on social media, would you be willing to get rid of
Wait,
it
if
all?
they don't, but there could be other reasons.
For
So,
the that's my question.
if it's about trust,
Straight up.
is
I'm
it
not going deep.
Is
I'm
it
not
trust?
even answering
Okay,
y'all's questions.
so-
Would you give it up?
Would I give no?
I don't know.
I would.
Depends on the
Yes.
Aw.
Honestly, if I love you and that's going to be an issue, then I'll give the social media account up, because at the end of the day, it's what is it? Like you're posting stuff just like
That's
see what
true.
people are
That's true.
how
That's
they
true.
feel,
But
you know.
you said it was about trust, though.
I didn't say anything.
Yeah. Oh well, then.
Oh, okay then.
Okay, then we're saying yes.
Just
if
like
it's just about love.
if
And,
it's just if they just don't want it.
If they're just like, oh, it's and it
Your
causes
answer
problems,
would
we're gonna-
change if it was trust.
yeah.
Yeah, because
Really?
if they don't
Yeah.
trust you, then you
Then
shouldn't
that's
even be
a-
in the relationship.
Exactly. Thank you, Stacey. That's what I think too.
And I think you should be
Or
able
they
to
can
trust
just give you their
them.
passwords and you guys can just like have each
Okay, I
other's
like
password
that.
and check
I
on each
mean-
other. I love it. Love it.
If you have nothing to hide, then you should have each other's passwords.
Listen, sometimes you can trust someone but still want to creep and see what not creep on them like on with other people, but like look through their stuff, see what's up. Just
Like,
make sure you're not
validate.
you're not
Yeah.
being crazy.
That was a hard question. I'm glad you clarified.
Next
So we
give
don't
it-
look crazy.
Yeah, I would give it up for love, but yes. But if it's about trust, then no.
Okay. Well, mine is yes, both ways.
Okay.
This next question may be hard. I don't know. Would you be able to marry someone that doesn't have the same religious beliefs? Is that hard?
I'm gonna go with the.
I'm gonna go with
no.
slap no.
Same religious
I
beliefs.
like really can't.
It really
Like,
shapes your
listen,
life.
maybe if you say, like, if it's like completely different, this is slap no. But like, if you say again, kind of like Tariq was saying, I believe in a higher being. Maybe I'm just not super religious, but I do believe
Yeah.
in God. If you can say that, okay, cool. You don't have to go with me to church, but I need to know that there's something there.
These are deep questions.
I mean, I agree with you. I think that if you're spending your life with someone, especially if you're going to start a family and all of that, you two need to be on the same page, because Sunday can't come around and you'll be like, oh, I want to take the kids and get them baptized or go to church or whatever it is your religion is, and then you know, your significant other is like, no, I don't believe in that, or I'm not going, or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Like, you guys have to be on the same page.
Right.
Which is why I think that Tariq and what's her face?
Hazel
are a match. Yeah.
Nice.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do. So that's all I have right now because we've already gotten to the end.
Oh, we're
kind
that.
of pushing it, but
One
I will
more,
have some more
please.
deep questions. But for now, we're just gonna head into predictions really quick. Let's see what everyone's thinking is gonna happen.
Your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
I'll go ahead and predict this. We already know Darcy and Justin's not gonna last, so I'm not gonna even get into that. Ricky, I think he's gonna get smarter and realize and maybe take a step back, and maybe we're gonna find out her real age. And Paul and Karini, I'm just gonna skip them altogether. I have nothing else to say, Paul. You need to explain yourself right now because I kind of like you. Okay? And then Tariq and Hazel, I just like you said, it's like a lot of deep-rooted issues, and we're just gonna see it kind of like splatter everywhere. Your thoughts, Stacey?
I think the Ricky thing. I think Ricky's already on to the next girl. He's already on. I know we saw like a girl,
preview.
show up. That's why I was like, dude, this guy already has someone already prepped in the behind the scenes in Colombia, or
Maybe.
something's going on. I think the Angela and Michael arguments will continue, and I think she'll continue to embarrass herself over there.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Karini and Paul. Yeah, I think there's gonna be a lot of beef between them because of like, you know, he called her lazy this episode. So maybe like those kind of things are gonna come into play. Working and taking care of stuff and being responsible. And who else? Hazel and Tariq.
Yeah, you don't have to do everyone if you don't want.
Okay, Hazel and Tariq. I think there's also gonna be some drama between their morals and their religious beliefs. And I think the parents are gonna get really upset. And I think, that's all.
I think John and Rachel are going to be outed by the online community, and I think that we're going to find out that that's his actual baby, and there's going to be a backlash for that. I think that Tariq and Hazel are not going to last. I think that his brother is going to expose her for the gold digging ways that she has, and it's going to put some doubt in Tariq's mind. Ricky's going to meet another girl while he's in Colombia. And because he is a little bit of like a delusional in my mind, he's going to try to use that girl to get to Melissa, and it's going to work. And that's why I think that we're going to see Melissa again. He's going to pit these two girls against each other.
You need a crown right now for predictions queen.
I know, crown you.
And then last but not least, Paul and Karini are going to make it. I think that Karini's going to be pregnant by the end of this season. But I also think too that just like I said about the other couple, Paul is going to be more exposed, and I think that his secret, even though it's so long ago, Paul, like it's 10 years ago, just tell people, because the more you minimalize it, the bigger it's going to get, and I think it's going to explode in your face, and it's going to make you look bad when you don't need to look bad. Because I'm kind of like you. I think I like you. You're kind of quirky, and although you seem like you're hiding something, and that's what people don't like. They don't like people that are hiding something, because then they want to know what it is. And
I
then
really hope your predictions come true.
Angela, I'll say this: Angela and Michael, they're gonna have a 2-week relationship, and that's.
You think it's already over?
She's going back to Georgia.
I think that his mom is not gonna approve of it, and in African culture, you can't go behind your parents. Control everything.
It's like everything.
So she's smiling in your face, and unless she provides financially for him in America, it's not happening.
Well, we'll definitely find out next episode. What do you have to say, girl?
Also, I think that John is going to be exposed for like some of his past convictions, because we're going to hear more about it, and that's going to create some crazy drama.
We'll find out next week. Yay! You guys can always catch us here every Tuesday at 7. Remember, like and subscribe, and give us 5 stars on iTunes. I'm your girl, Alex Bowers. You can follow me all over at Hey Alex Bowers.
Hey guys, I'm Stacey Olivas. You can find me all over social media at Stacey Olivas. Yes, comment, leave us your opinions. We want to hear from you.
And I am Linda So Girly all across social media. Keep all this juicy gossip coming. I love hearing from you, and I will reach back out. Bye guys.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.